What's up, guys? I am back bringing you a very tired regional report, possibly, if I can remember all the matchups. But I played Metalfoes in the Cardiff Season 2? Yeah, Season 2 regional qualifier, and it was alright. It's my first regional in a while. Can't you tell by the fact that I've not posted a regional profile in a while, but you know, whatever. So I'm gonna just quickly get started. You may see that I did get the map, but I didn't top, which makes me sad, but whatever. So we've got, for the Metalfoes, we've got the standard 3 Volt Flame, 3 Gold Driver. Well, it's 3 of everything, so 3 Silvered, 3 Stealing, and 3 Bismugear. If you're playing less than that, you're playing it wrong. Unless you're siding, because... So I usually would actually side out a Bismugear, because obviously it's not actually... The only time when it's contributing to your combo plays is when it's in a scale, and when it's being popped, you'll usually get a normal for a full metal play in your opponent's turn for Alcahest, but it doesn't actually do anything proactive on the field or in your extra deck. So once it's in the extra deck, it's dead, unless you've got counter in grave. So that's all of those. Then for the Magispector engine, obviously we're playing Kieran, MVP card, genuinely. Triple Bambuku, and I've been... Well, this is my friends list to an extent, but I agreed with Billy Break and my friend Ash and played the Necromata. So this actually came up quite a lot as well, making Totem Bird and Break Sword a lot, and Bambuku just searching everything, and this is just ignorant as fuck, so ban it. Ban it hard. Right. Then, obviously the one Luster, this kind of never came up ever. At all. I didn't use it to go into Ignister, I didn't even see it for any combo plays, so... I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. It came up a lot in testing, but not in 7 rounds of Swiss. Then Archfiend Eccentric. This contributes to your combo plays as well as being able to clear out your opponent's back row. You'll be more using it to pop your combination than you will be for clearing any back row, unless you're playing Paleozoics, and then you cry oh so hard. Then we do play for other summoner's art targets, the Scout, obviously, to search the monolith, and then as a searchable low scale, as opposed to the Volflame's high scale, we've got a Focalt's Cannon, which is massively useful and came up a couple of times and stuff. Yeah, this, I managed to use this combo probably around about 3 times during the tournament, so this was very powerful. Sometimes I would side it out if I felt that if I was going second, or if I felt that the opponent would just be able to clear through that. It meant that I had clear spots for things like cherries that would be able to clear out my opponent's extra deck and things like that. So we've got the Rescue Rabbit. This is kind of an ignorant card, because it just goes, now I've got 2, and now I can just fusion. But it's really useful, and why haven't you got a secret rare? Why haven't you got a secret rare? So I've got Ash in the room with me. We'll be doing a profile for him later. But yes, this is a really good card. Also kind of MVP. Then we do have the double Maxi, because if you don't play Maxi, in the main, honestly, in a dice roll format, you're going to not do too well. And you can see Lego. Go away. You're not going to do too well. I managed to drop Maxi on a BA player, and he really got tilted because he had to make a play, or else he would have just had a Terratop on field. And he was one of those kind of stupid people who just goes, attack position Terratop. So yeah. So that contributed to a lot of just push plays. I think that's what, 30 monsters, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then for spells, we got the triple summoners art, because searching skills, searching combo pieces is really important. Searching that scout is really important as well, just for your first turn plays. Then double mystical space typhoon, and I may as well just put the painful decision. This popping your combination and clearing out your scales if you need it, because sometimes you'll feel you might fail to do a play because your opponent disrupted you, and you might have something like a scout that you don't want in your scale that you can't clear out with a Metalfoes, so you just use this. And this obviously searches your smaller Metalfoes, so more search power. Then we played one of each fusion and one of each trap as well. I never felt the need for more. I never really wanted more. I didn't play a second Alcahest because it never came up either. And this, I could potentially resolve this twice per turn, as well as get this on field for an Alcahest play. And then obviously counters just counter. You just play it when you have sort of filled up a board and to have other plays as well. And this is just good for searching as well. So, and then finally we've got other ban-worthy card, because more pure ignorance. Just a couple of times I've been sat on a Kirin, I keep on moving them out, Kirin and this, and you know, this just causes people to scoop. There's just no way people can get around it unless they've got the MST, the Cyclone, Twin Twist or whatever, but hardly anybody did. So then for extra deck, we've got one Alcahest. Really, this was like really good in time as well, because my opponent, I was up against a Spiral player. My opponent was really adamant about trying to get a push over my board with Mithralum on board and things like that. So I just made this, took his super agent, one of two super agents that he had on board, and he just couldn't do anything. It was really good. Usually after you've played this, your opponent really can't do anything because you'll take something that's so important. Like I took a person's only Master Change 2 target, which was a graph that they wanted to use. I was more wanting to take their Beatrice so that they wouldn't be able to summon the Pilgrim from the extra deck when I needed to attack through, but I had to take that just so that I wouldn't be banishing all of my scales. But it came in so clutch, to be honest. Triple Mithralum, it's a combo piece, and it's just really good. Like this plus this just creates it just walls you up so well. I'm a real big fan of this card. Then 2 Orichalc. Yeah, in testing. This was hilarious in testing. I was testing up against Ash with he's playing his Yang Zing, and he put a defense position Herald that couldn't be destroyed, and I had Evolve Limb in this, and that was cool. And I had the same sort of situation, except I had a Pepe player brick, and they had to set, I do believe it was a Pendulum Magician and you know, this just dealt 4K to it because of the double piercing, and just played through that. So that's the fusions. Then for synchros, you had the Void Ogre, Ignister, Scarlight, and Leo. Unfortunately, none of these came up. Either I would get disrupted before these would come up, or I just didn't need them. This I do like, and this, but these two never came up at all. I would have gone into this to kill over a lot, like a DDD player, but it got disrupted, and this was I would have gone into for a Paleozoic matchup just because they can't really get over this. But alas, I couldn't, so it was whatever. Then for the Xyz, we got the Totem Bird, the Phantom Knights, Breaksword, Castell, and then the Infinity package. Not really much to say about these two, they were just really strong. I went into Breaksword more than I went into Totem Bird, but Breaksword was really important, so was Totem Bird. Like, a board of just this would just seal sort of your game, especially if you've got Kirin. So it was still important. It was still important. The Castell I would have changed for a Luminescent Knight, but it came up once to bait a Crystal Wing, and for the DDD player, and I did win that match. So I can't argue that this was good. And then there's, yeah, Infinity. There's no denying that that's an amazing card. Then finally, for the side deck that I played, there was 2 side blocker. I sided these in like 3 times, but I never saw them. But the theory was, I just used, if I've already cherried them, just declare whatever was most important to them after that as well, and then they can't play. So cherries as well, and then Ghost Ogre. I only resolved cherries once against a Paleo player, but I still lost, which was a shame. Ghost Ogre came up quite a lot against, just against the Mirror and Paleo, all sorts of stuff. Then we also had DD Crow for DDD. Sided it in but never saw it. Yeah, not much to say. Cherry's targets, yeah, the 3 most important ones I felt. So, and then I played just board wipes. Again, things like DDD and just things that would just make giant boards, like Omega Loop, but I couldn't even comprehend what to do against Omega Looping. But yeah, that's really it, honestly. There's not much to say. I came 42nd out of 116 in the end, because like a couple of people dropped. Yeah, it was just a really fun day. There's not really much to say. Just long. It was great. It was great to get back into sort of going to a regionals again. Next regional, I should be going to either Rugby or Birmingham, whichever one comes first, and I will be judging the one here in my little hometown of Worcester. So I hope you enjoyed this little tournament report. I'll probably put the rounds in the description, because I'd be here for ages and I don't have enough memory. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.